So I could just watch my aquarium, cross my arm, look at the stuff, let it grow, do nothing, don't put the arms into the water. It looked great, honestly. But honestly, it's not really my style. So I decross my arm, I do like this to look sexy, and I just watch my aquarium and I look all the small detail. And let me tell you something. I see a lot of stuff. And the reality is I could just show you all the beautiful stuff because the aquarium, honestly, like real kind of good. Like I could show you the zoanthid, they have like less algae, all this part are growing back like really fast. The 𝗙.𝗤, oh my god, they are so fluffy. The upper part over here of the 𝗙.𝗤 are looking really great. The mushroom over there are doing pretty fine. Like they don't receive like that much of light because the coral over here creates some shadow, but that was on purpose, so they don't like invade the whole thing. And the green mushroom, like it have all its green color back, so all the protein is there. I could show you this one is growing pretty well. The frag of Splendor over there, they're growing pretty well. Yeah, overall, honestly, it looked pretty good. I could show you all this, and I probably just did, but that's not my point. My point is, I want to show you and focus on the stuff that doesn't look great, and that's because all the learning comes from there. Is from the mistake, is how their coral react, and I want to show you that because that is the meat stuff. So I'm gonna start from this part of the aquarium, and we'll do like a 270 around the aquarium to just show you all the little problem that I have. So the first problem that I have over here is the 𝗙.𝗤. And I always had some little baby 𝗙.𝗤 here and there. I just can't get rid of all of them. And the only way that I can get rid of them is with a nudie branch because it's so intricate. They're like, the 𝗙.𝗤 is just in between stuff, and there's no way I can clean all the 𝗙.𝗤 correctly without a nudie branch. And there's a good reason why I'm not adding a shrimp that eat 𝗙.𝗤. It's because this aquarium is freaking small, like you don't realize, but it's basically like my head 2 times, no more. So this for a big shrimp is way too small, and it's probably going to be like aggressive with the food. It will eat inside of the corals when I try to feed them, like the 𝗙.𝗤. So nudie branch is the only way to get rid of the 𝗙.𝗤 into this aquarium, unfortunately. I don't know if you remember, but I had a little piece of the red 𝗙.𝗤, this one, and there was like a little piece on the sand. So what I've done, I took it and I just put it over here. So hopefully it will grow here, which I doubt a little bit because this tank is not like really good for that. But yeah, here it is. And I'm gonna sell it for $5 or $10, whatever, something like that. Yeah, that's basically my all my frag at the moment. So after that, I want you to pay attention to this little part over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is where my previous sacrophyton is, which is the frag is just over there, is this one, which is also doing pretty good. I told you last time that you should not worry about the frag, he will do okay, and he's doing like more than okay. He's growing already super fast, and I'm a little bit worried about that. But the thing is that part, look at this. It's growing back. So when I just remove the sacrophyton, I didn't remove all the tissue because it was encrusted into the rock, and you can see it's growing back. So all it needs is just a little bit of tissue, and bam, it will regrow. After this, you have the green neon 𝗙.𝗤. It's looking weird, I will say. You can see there's like some polyps that are dying right now. It's falling down, and those things are pretty much dead at this point. So am I worried about him? Not that much. The goal is like he's going to have a little bit more space when he will grow like from the top, and hopefully over time he will grow like this way. And you see, this is why I'm not putting my hand in front of the aquarium. You can see the size of my aquarium, and I try to be careful with that, so you have that feeling that the aquarium is big. So that was one of my tricks. So this was my secret. Anyways, so back to that. it should be fine. You can see the feather duster, he went like, at the beginning he was supposed to be here, but he went like this way, and honestly I don't dislike that. It looked pretty cool. It's just like, it's not cool for the green neon, like, because it casts a little bit of shadow, but it's not a big deal. So hopefully over time this one will just grow correctly and will grow the way it's supposed to be, like with his position. So I'm not worried about him. So one type of coral that I really struggle with is the 𝗙.𝗤 over here, is the Melody. And those one, if you saw my videos about that, like I put a little bit of 𝗙.𝗤 a little bit everywhere in my aquarium, like over here, a little bit over here. So they are not doing well. And the reason why they are not doing well is because when I introduced those coral into the aquarium, I struggle like crazy with the glue. It was the most painful experience that I ever had before. I shot a lot of French Québécois word. I was in tabarnak on the colis. French word, don't worry about that. YouTube doesn't understand that. So I had a bad experience, and the glue affected the frag of the 𝗙.𝗤, and I was hoping that they would just over time recover with the light, and it will just like the polyps will just fluff a little bit, and it will be fine at the end, but it didn't. So this is one of my regrets. I didn't expect to have this 𝗙.𝗤, all of them doing so badly. Like, it's an easy coral, and from my other aquarium, they grow easily, like under shadow, under rock. I have no issue with them. But the problem is like, it just started so bad, and because I put them in area that are like a little bit in the shadow, they don't have like the full energy to recover correctly. So what I might do is just take all of them and just reposition where there's more space and they have more light, and then once they recover, place it back where they're supposed to be. And this is a red-orange 𝗙.𝗤. I think it's a 𝗙.𝗤, but it's like a parent from the 𝗙.𝗤. It's not like the one that with the big tentacle. You can see how small it is, like smaller than my thumb. And it's a coral that I'm struggling so much. I'm not quite sure how to deal with him. Before, this coral was in this area here. You can see all the 𝗙.𝗤, they took the place and they recover everything. So it was a good choice to remove him. And when I put him over there, the goal was to have the flow of the water that is coming. You can see like the flow is coming from here. And I was hoping, well, actually I can see it. The flow is going like this. So it does like it coming like this and goes to the coral. And I was hoping that he get like all the nutriment, all the good, the juicy stuff for him. It can grab the organic stuff because the flow goes toward him. But when I watched this coral, I noticed that like there's two different sides. That side seemed to receive a little bit too much flow, and you can see the polyps are closed. But if you watch the other side, the polyps are more open. So this is something like telling me like he's receiving a little bit too much flow, and honestly I don't have that much of a flow. So it's really finicky. So what I'm going to do, I was thinking to put him in this area because there is no coral in this area, and I'm not sure if he's going to receive too much or not enough light, but I'm gonna put him just over there at that place and see from there how it goes, because he is the most finicest coral that I have in this aquarium, a tricky one. So the next one on the list is this beige white Sarcophyton. Previously I had like a Micromysa Lord over there, and so it was taking that space, but I had my eyes on this one, and I fear the way it grew, that it will just create a little bit too much shadow to my taste in this area. So I was thinking for the last 2 months to just take this one, bring it here, and the idea is, see the light like this, it creates shadow in that direction, and I made on purpose to have like a coral that doesn't need require a lot of light in this area, to grow something in the future in this area. So I'm gonna switch him over there. It will grow, create shadow this way. So I'm gonna move this one also. And yeah, so that's basically my strategy for this one for the future. The problem is how to extract that coral. The foot of the coral is like just encrusted into the rock. So this for me is an issue. And you know what happened with the other coral? I left some tissue and it just is growing back. So that's gonna be interesting. And after that we have the pink zoa over there doing okay-ish. I can see the pink zoa are not fully attached to the rock. I think I can like just take it and remove it because it moved all together. So something is telling me it is not anchored to the rock, but I'm just leaving it alone. The problem is all the brown, yellowish zoa that was over there that I removed in 2 phases. There are still little polyps here and there. And so I need to clean up again and again so they don't grow because, man, those things grow so fast. And now that we are here, you can see there's a mussel. So I have a total of, I think, 8 mussels in this aquarium, something like that. They are all doing fine in the aquarium. They look beautiful. I like how fluffy, I like how they filtered the aquarium. It looked really cool. But this one, I feel there's something wrong with this one, and I've touched all the other mussel, but this one I don't think is alive. All right, let's see. Ha! Super easy. Oh boy. Yep, empty. So I had a doubt for the few past months because I was looking at him. And one of the causes that why it may have died, honestly, the reality is like I have no clue because all the other are doing super fine. But when I add glue, I try to add glue like on this side-ish. You can see over here. So when you have the mussel that attached to the rock, it attached this way. Because the filament are coming from this area. I don't know how it's called, but it's coming from there. And it attached like this. But since I wanted to have the clam, the mussel to be like very specific area, I just add glue, a glue that was like super bad. And I just glued to the rock and it seemed to be fine, to be okay, all the other one. But this one, it wasn't. And for the last one, I'm gonna show you something. You can see this is a 𝗙 Yuma. And I put him there for a very specific reason because this was supposed to be a mushroom island, but the Yuma, I knew that he was a different one, and this is why I put like other mushroom like the 𝗙 that are over here away from the 𝗙.𝗤 that are over here. It's because the 𝗙 are more aggressive. But I never had the Yuma before, and I didn't know how aggressive they are. And I can tell you, the Yuma are more aggressive mushroom than obviously the 𝗙.𝗤. And you can see it's somewhere over here. There's like my interstellar mushroom that just flew away. And the interstellar mushroom, he was just over there. And he lost, the Yuma just push him. And I could see like all the other mushroom. They look a little bit weird. You can see like the edge of the mushroom, so you can see how aggressive the Yuma are. So I may do something with this Yuma. I may remove him from the aquarium because the first idea with the Yuma, that was what I was hoping, is like I put the Yuma here and I was hoping that he goes to this side of the rock. Because I didn't know if he was going to be comfortable into my aquarium, and I thought he wasn't going to be comfortable at first. So I was hoping like he was just going to be like this side of the rock and just establish himself like around this area. But I think he's receiving like a little bit too much of light, and he tried to go like down onto the rock like this area. So this didn't work out like hope so. So what I'm going to do with this interstellar that is over here, It's like I need to put him back on the rack, so I don't know where to put him, honestly. I will figure out something later on the video. So every time that you have your aquarium that you think nothing is happening, think again, because there's always something's happening. And this is why I love saltwater. You just observe with your eyes and you just watch your aquarium, because there's always some stuff to do to control a little bit, to avoid some other coral to kill each other. It's always like a struggle with that, and because this is a nano, like, and I push a lot of coral together, so this is like it's a challenge for me, but it's a challenge that I really love. So this was the coral part of the aquarium and of the video, and now I want to focus a little bit more of the maintenance that I do sometimes with the more like the hardware part. So I could hear something with my light, like I can feel the hot air coming from there, and I could hear like the fan, it's doing some noise, and you can see there's some dust accumulation. So every time that your aquarium there's like nothing happening there, watch for your hardware for the maintenance. This is a good example. I need to clean that part, so I need like to unscrew all the stuff here and clean that plate, so the air can pass through correctly, because the light is getting hotter faster and the fan kicking like early, so I just need to clean that. And as you can notice over here, don't wash my shoes please. This is the cover, by the way, because you see my aquarium without the cover, but this is when I film. I remove the cover because it's more easier for me to film without the cover. And by the way, this is my diffuser for the light. You can see it's a special setup, custom made for this aquarium. So there's a lot of people ask me about the diffuser. It's really simple. The reason why it's been there is because I want to avoid the light spilling into my room, and because the light is very high in the room, I receive all the light to the eyes, and it's very, very unpleasant. So I put this tissue over there with some duct tape over here, and it cover, basically I could watch like the shadow on the wall, and I could like calculate how much the light cover correctly the aquarium. So it covers like perfectly the nano aquarium. So this was made for that, and you can see like it's really, really simple to remove, and you have like the paper gel diffuser you can buy for the Radeon XR15, and I really love the diffuser, and should be in all the light because it removes all the disco effect. So this is really practical. Right now I'm running out of the liquid. You can see I'm very going through the last bit possible, and I'm using the Versa pump. Whoops. The Versa pump over here. So those are approximately like 5 milliliters of my concentration that is over there into the aquarium every day with the schedule of the Versa, and it goes just, you can see, don't know if you can see because I can't see from my view, but there's like the air tubing that is just over there snug into this one, and that's pretty much it. Like a really simple stuff. All right, so this is my setup. As you can see, this is my dosing bottle that I use for the reef tank. You can see there's still liquid inside. I like to just trash what's left inside because it's a little bit dirty sometimes with like the precipitation or whatever it is inside. So every time that I do like a new mixing, I like to clean my stuff, just like I need to clean also this one. I'll always, maybe like, because this bottle have like alkalinity, there's like some calcium buildup on the bottle. Sometimes I can use like vinegar to clean the bottle, but usually what I do, I just use like RDI water, and I just shake it through, and that's it. So this is the foundation, the Red Sea Foundation KH alkalinity. So this is what I use for dosing alkalinity to my tank, and I only need to dose alkalinity to my tank because the water change does all the job, but the alkalinity is like, whoa, go down. So I use like it was inside. So basically that thing is 20 grams. And you can see over there on the bottle, I have a mark like this is 1 liter. So for 1 liter, I need to add 80 grams of the powder. and so basically it's like 4 times this amount. So this is my concentration level that I add for my dosing. You can vary a little bit as you wish. The liquid form usually are more concentrated than the powder, but the powder is much cheaper than the liquid version. So I always prefer to use the powder whenever I can. The 𝗙.𝗔 liquid is actually a good case of concentration. The liquid is so much more concentrated than the powder version. And yeah, so I'm just going to clean those bottles and I come back. All right, so now I'm gonna add the powder, and I use that instrument that I have no clue how it's called. So I add the powder, shake it a little bit, and I do this 4 times. When the powder is inside, I just add the water. It's a AIO DI water until I reach the 1 liter mark. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit more water on my left. All right. A little bit more. And that's about it. So this is a concentration of the powder that I like to use. It doesn't precipitate too much. I think it's like a right and simple combination. So now it's time to put some music and shake it. And here we go. This is the result. You can see the water is pretty clear now. And what's left to do is just add this liquid. Ooh. And like so. I always have like an extra inside here, and I put back eventually when this bottle get empty. I just put a little bit more of this. All right, so this is the setup. And by the way, this is the cap that I use. So basically the tube goes over there like that, like so. But you can see maybe there's a little hole that is just over there. Just tiny. It's just to make sure that the pressure is being released when the pump take out the liquid. It need to be replaced with air. So this is why there's the little hole. So there's something that I don't see a lot of people doing, and I'm not quite sure why, but maybe I like to have my stuff clean. What I do is like, when I finish one of the bottle, I like to clean what's like inside of this the tube, because there's like some precipitation. Sometimes it look a little bit weird. I'm not sure if you can pick up this on camera, but I just like to clean basically the air tube. So after that, I put it back like so, and I like to just see what I'm doing, because now the inside of the tube is filled with air. I like to replace that with the liquid so it doesn't mess the schedule of the amount of alkalinity that I put inside, so in the tank. So I'm gonna just pump the liquid until I reach maybe this size of the tube for the liquid. Go on. All right, I guess that's fine. And I put back like so, snug it. So every time there's like nothing happening to your tank, think again. There's always little thing to do. There's always opportunity to do some work. Like, yeah, that's basically like the perk of saltwater. Having fun to clean your stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit of work sometimes, but it look cool. It look clean. Yeah, always opportunity to clean little thing. That's why I like my tank. It looks sharp like that. Yep. Why are you still watching? Go clean your aquarium. I will see you in the next video anyways. Bye.